Oh my gosh, yes. My
Some of
grandma
those
let
are
me stay home from school for Luke and Laura's wedding. Kindergarten. She let me stay home from kindergarten. I should say that for Luke and
well,
Laura's wedding. And I was ready for it. Like that was, whew.
yeah,
I was in Rick Springfield's fan
the
club. Like I was addicted to soap operas.
as a child of the 70s, like soap operas were a major part of popular culture,
Yes.
right? Like
And it, yes.
as much as like Friends was in the what 2000s, like
Oh
soap
yeah.
operas were like you knew who those you didn't know their names maybe, but they knew that you knew their character's name maybe or their
Yeah.
what
Oh
show
no,
they were
you knew
on.
there was fan clubs for Tristan Rogers and Rick
Yeah.
Springfield,
And I
Susan
think
Lucci,
during
The Looch.
the
normal TV
Loops.
programming, instead of seeing like television commercials for prime time and like CBS, FBI Miami, FBI Overseas,
Yeah.
FBI, and all these like NCIS and all that, you would see commercials for soap operas, what
Yeah.
like shocking thing was going to happen
Oh
on
my
As the World
gosh.
Turns.
Like when I think about those storylines, like no wonder I have such weird expectations for love
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's interesting to think about
thoughts.
how that shaped. Yeah, that shaped, or like there was a generation. Well, there's also like a generation of drama seekers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like y'all know
Yeah,
one, maybe you are one sometimes, or you know one all that who is all the time, but like always, like nothing can be chill.
no
Like
joy.
everything has to
No
be,
joy.
yeah. So, like, do you see that? Like what someone else did, or who's here, who's not here. Like everything has to
Yeah.
be dramatized.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Dramatized? Am I
It is today.
dramatized?
Traumatized.
Dramatized? I like dramatized better.
Dramatization.
Drama
Dramatization.
dramatization aside.
I don't know.
I like that too.
Sounds like a word that Shonda Rhimes would use. Dramatization. Isn't that all of her shows are dramatizations?
What was I watching? Oh no, what were my girls watching? Shonda Rhimes, right? She like does all like the Netflix shows now and did what? Grey's
She,
Anatomy?
she did that show with Olivia Pope. Can't think of the name of Scandal. Oh, that show was so good. That was a great show. That's
Oh,
a great series.
I remember that. Well, she became like really big for like a lot of like network TV, like drama,
Yeah,
like heavy drama, you know.
juicy.
But then I was watching, my girls were watching what's the movie? There's a movie with I don't know their name now. It's like half cartoon, half real life. She's a princess. It's got the same guy that was in Grey's Anatomy, the race car driver,
Patrick
McDreamy.
Dempsey.
Yeah, he's in it with the girl from Arrival. And what else has she been in? She's been in other movies, but
No idea.
Amy Adams.
Okay, I like her.
Yeah, they're in it. And it's like a goofy, like half cartoon, half like silly kids, like
Interesting.
princess movie. And yeah, I was like, oh, Shonda Rhimes. It was written by.
Okay.
He's one of the writers, so it's kind of
Nice.
funny. But
Where's the stuff that's
it's like
out
a
there?
wholesome. Yeah, she was like writing wholesome children's half animated, half like fantasy movies. And
Gotcha.
now on to like hardcore scandal stuff like that.
Well,
I
that
don't.
you got to take, what is it? Pay your dues to work your way up to the more salacious TV
Yeah, maybe.
or programming, I
Or
should
that's just
say.
what people want. That's what paid back then.
Yeah,
What
gotta follow
I
the
think it was
trends, man.
Like Bridgeport, right? Is that like a something on Netflix?
I,
Well, I imagine she's got a lot of
Bridgeport.
Netflix stuff now, right?
I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think she has like a big deal, like a big like
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar production deal with Netflix.
Bro, she is a big deal. I don't know, just playing.
Cheers.
But just funny. I was just kind of thought it was kind of cute, really.
That
Yeah,
is cute. You kids getting conditioned early
totally.
for the
They watched the
program.
Barbie movie.
I
One of
watched
them
it
was
too. I just felt bad for
locked in,
Ken.
locked in on that, locked in on it.
So pink. So much
Yep.
pink.
One of them was. One of the other was like, yeah, it's funny, but so I've probably heard the Barbie movie a few times just passing by
Yeah.
the last week or so, but yeah, they're getting conditioned.
And you do nothing to
Okay.
All
stop it,
that.
to prevent it.
Well, Lauren, one of them was watching that movie While You Were Sleeping, which is like the, ultimate rom-com, like chick flick, let's say.
I'm
Mhm.
trying to think of who's in that. Is that a Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock, she is a subway worker. Some dude gets knocked out. She lies and says she is his fiance,
Right.
but then the family shows up, but then I think she falls for the brother.
I have no
I don't
idea.
want to, I don't wanna
Like I
spoil
said,
it.
I can't, like, I have no housing. It's all just, there's no housing. I know I've seen that movie. I knew she was in it, but I couldn't tell you what it was about. Let's
There's
have
no
to look
housing.
into that.
What?
Like, I don't remember anything. Like, nothing is housed in here. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's
Oh,
all
okay. Just
just
like faint.
random
Everything's just a faint memory.
crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder why that is.
Good topic for another episode.
Been
Maybe all the bubbles.
on the 420 episode.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
It could be that. Oh, well.
Or
All
maybe
right.
not.
I mean, do I really need to remember Sandra
Well,
Bullock
like I said,
movies?
like that Ghostbusters movie, I have a very positive. Everybody asked me,
It was
like, should
good.
I see Ghostbusters Afterlife? I would tell them yes. They
It
would
was
say,
so
"What's it
good.
about?
Go see
Can you
it.
tell me the plot?" I would tell them, "No, I cannot tell you anything about the plot." And I just remember it was nice.
I could also not tell you that. I could tell you that I could tell you some cute
The
subplots in
good
it, but I
guys
couldn't tell you what it was
win.
about.
The good
Yeah.
guys win.
Yeah.
None of the good guys die. Like,
And that little actor that you're familiar with that I can't think of his name, but he's so cute and he's cute in it. Like he's like super cute.
yeah, I don't remember him either, but yeah, it
Yeah.
was a good movie.
Patrick Dempsey. Is it Patrick Dempsey? No.
Could be.
Yeah. All right.
It was like
Happy Festivus
it
Eve.
was like neutral. The dad was neutral, Hollywood
Mhm.
neutral white guy
Mm-hmm.
without any kind of, no sex tapes or
That we know
anything
of
like
yet.
that. No violent history.
Yeah.
So there's a few of those.
Right
Yep.
on.
All right. We can
Start the audio, Christopher.
hold on. Let me go take a break. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
All right. Let's just keep the live people, whoever's streaming, entertained. You and I, Quana.
Okay.
What are you sipping on tonight?
Uh, rose bubbles, bubbled rose. I don't know. Pink prosecco,
Gotcha. Cheers.
festive pink prosecco.
Cheers to you and everyone watching at home,
Yeah.
chugging along with us,
Oh my goodness.
or whatever it
Tis
is
the
that you like to
season.
do
Tis the
when you
season
watch. Yeah,
to weakened immune systems. From all the sugar and alcohol and carbs.
that's true, man.
Oh man. Get the eat on.
Guys, what is it? Stay away from that shit, man. It's killing us.
I know. I know you're doing good with that.
I don't know. I have my days.
I feel like I've lost control of the animal. I've had pasta more times this week than I care to mention.
What kind of pasta?
Ramen in the
Oh,
form of
okay.
ramen.
Okay. From
I
a
can't
local
help it. It's
spot,
so
or
delicious.
did you
Yeah.
make it at
There's
home?
no, there's a local spot that I just love so much. I
Is that
usually get it on Saturday mornings. I have it delivered,
oh, okay.
but Bill took me today and he took me another day earlier in the week. Oh, it's just so good.
What's your choice
We,
of ramen when you do go?
it's called Tan Tan Ramen and it's like a sesame based broth with like a chili oil and
Uh-huh.
it's got the big fat pork belly, fried pork belly and egg, couple eggs in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's got this little stuff called chatsu or something like that. It's like fried pork, like it's like a hamburger meat, but it's like sweet pork. So
Mm-hmm.
good. Yeah, delicious. I can't get enough of it. I could eat it literally every single day of my life. And I have this week. I've proven that I could do that this week.
Congratulations.
So my face is all bloated.
That's that ramen bloat you hear so much about.
Ramen bloat. Liquid ramen. Christopher.
Hmm?
I love that you're wearing a festive shirt.
Ready to rock and roll?
Yes, sir.
We are ready.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good evening, Endless Ranters. Welcome back for episode 177 of your Endless Ranters podcast. We do what we want. We appreciate your support. My name is Chris, and I'm a mostly peaceful dad from North Texas and one of your hosts for this evening. I'm joined by other hosts. One of them is
Don't
the
you
Soggy
dare.
Mom, living in a crunchy mom's world, being an aficionado to all sorts of things. How you doing, Kwana?
Ding dong. Happy Festivus Eve.
Happy Festivus Eve to you too.
Thank you, sir.
And there's a man with a plan. What's going down? It's producer Mole Man. What's going down, man?
Wakwanza forever, everybody. Good to be here.
La Kwanzaa? La Kwanzaa?
Wakwanza.
Wakwanzaa.
Yeah, instead of Wakanda, I'm going Wakwanza, and I'm mixing in Kwanzaa for,
Nice. We should
yeah.
go Wakwana for life.
Next
I
time.
wonder what they like. I would like to know more about Wakanda and the holidays that they celebrate.
Mhm.
I love that movie. That movie made me feel very, very.
Like Black Panther?
No.
That was great.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. The
I
original
think
one.
so.
But I actually do have a follow-up question for you, Christopher, because it
Mhm.
ties into your former escapade / extracurricular activities. I was hanging with a friend yesterday. We were discussing Bigfoot, as one does on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
And if Bigfoot consumes mushrooms now, would you want to be Bigfoot tripping on mushrooms, or would you want to be the handful of mushrooms that Bigfoot eats?
I would definitely want to be Bigfoot. I don't like,
Okay.
like there's no scenario where I get eaten and I'm happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely to be Bigfoot. Tripping as Bigfoot or with
Yeah,
him?
tripping
With
as
him.
Bigfoot. No, as Bigfoot.
Bro.
Yeah.
Be cool. I mean, maybe he's doing it all the time.
Yeah.
You
Have
know?
you seen the sightings? Like I've seen a couple
Not
where
lately.
they're on TikTok, like it's filmed from far away, but you can see him walking on a mountain and it's like
Hold up.
weird. Like it's a very big.
Hold up. You're telling me on this app called TikTok,
Yeah. Mhm.
there are people talking
Watching.
about Bigfoot?
Yeah. Mhm.
Hard to believe. Hard to
I
believe.
know. I know.
Anything convincing?
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
just
if I
telling
won
you
the
right
lotto,
now.
I would just like get a Bigfoot costume and walk around all the time, like just on the edges of the
Oh,
wilderness. You know what I mean?
Are you not
okay.
scared to be shot or hunted
I'd
I was
probably
just
down?
gonna say
I'd probably go to
shot.
Japan and do it, because that would freak them the hell out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you were like,
They're
I
like,
could
first
see
it's
them
Godzilla, now
like
it's
they don't care
Bigfoot.
about. I could see them they don't care about Bigfoot at all, right? Like Hello
Oh.
Kitty, backpacks, that kind of stuff, video games. But like, I could see them getting real hooked on Bigfoot, like one Bigfoot
Yeah.
sighting in downtown Tokyo, or
Marty.
like they have they have like forests and stuff too.
Yeah.
Just right on the edge of the forest, you see Bigfoot, man, instantly. They'll be traveling to, I don't know. Then you do like a Bigfoot sighting in Wyoming, and there's
Not
just like
as
massive,
Wait,
massive
Wyoming,
tourism.
Japan?
No, in the United States.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's a Wyoming in Japan.
No,
But then then there's just be a huge tourism industry set up for
Mm-hmm.
Japanese folks coming over and trying to
Sasquatch
take a
watching.
picture.
Yeah.
Yep. I could see that catching on big. I mean, maybe it already has,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a community of people that are into like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, like all of that
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, they like
The
monsters. I mean,
Mothman.
I don't like to generalize and make stereotypes, but they do like monsters.
What? You
Right.
know?
Well, I just feel
No,
like
yeah,
it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
My mind is
I don't like
blown
it
right
either.
now.
I mean, I use the stereotypes. I just don't like them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's more
But no,
okay.
they like
Good to
monsters.
understand the stereotypes.
Yeah.
I mean, science.
Science.
But I don't know. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't see a lot of Japanese people going to see the Loch Ness monster.
I think
Right.
Nessie, her time has passed. I think people have
Yeah,
That's
moved
a
on.
white person
that's
thing.
whack.
But
Yeah.
the water monsters are not. I mean, I think they're
Well, that's a
making
good
a
movie. The
comeback.
Water Horse is a good movie. You ever seen the movie The Water Horse?
Never
I
even heard
have.
of it.
I think I have. Yes, where she falls in love with the little thing in the water,
Well, it's a
like the
boy.
lady. Okay.
It's a boy. His dad was lost in the war, but I think it's in Scotland. But there's a
See, I told you
water
white
horse.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to cause a race war or anything. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
they
that.
couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yes.
water horse is kind of but never mind. But
I think the sea
what are we gonna
monsters are
talk?
making a comeback though. That's what they're saying on TikTok,
Hey
that all
man,
of the
it's
North
like that
Sea
would make
stuff.
sense
Yeah.
because the oceans are rising supposedly.
Not according to all the celebrities buying oceanfront property, but I mean, that's just me. What's the guy that owns Facebook?
Mark
Zuckerberg.
Zuck,
Yeah,
yeah.
He bought all that property in Hawaii, and he's building an underground bunker, like a
In
300,000 square foot underground
yeah.
bunker or something like that.
in
He seems
Hawaii of
pretty
all
confident
places.
that the oceans aren't going to rise too fast. He
Right.
seems pretty confident.
Right.
Yeah.
But that he will
Maybe
need
he's
shelter
just
for a second. Like he's gonna need shelter for a minute
maybe he's
underground.
just dumb, right? Because that's what people do. It's like they're like that Elon Musk. He's stupid. Like
Yeah.
no, I don't think Mark Zuckerberg's dumb. I think he's pretty
Yeah.
confident that Hawaii's gonna be around forever for multiple generations of his family.
Him and Oprah and Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos. They
Or my
love
thing is like,
the
if it isn't, like, aren't always people like around the world, no one is like, there's too much water,
right.
right? That's not anything that's ever, well, I guess in like monsoon season over
Mhm.
there, like in the,
Right. I mean, there would be times when that would be offensive to say
yeah.
to somebody,
Well, okay, but not right now. It's Christmas. It's Christmas, damn it. It's Christmas. But yeah, no one's like, for the most part, people in the first world are not like, oh, there's too much water, too much drinking water, too much fresh water. Oh, what are we gonna do with all this fresh drinking water? But then, so it's like, where's all like when the polar ice caps are melting, like where's the water going? Is it just disappearing in outer space, or is it like,
It's
making
going
the
into
oceans? Isn't it
center of the
making the
earth.
oceans higher and then like making like like rivers and streams and like the things that add to isn't that making like
It's to that, and it's also going into the hollow earth. So
where's all
it's
the water? Oh, the Middle Earth.
yeah. They need their
Yeah.
the
ration
ice
of
wall.
water.
What about the ice wall? No one's talking about the ice wall
It's
melting. I
those
mean,
it's
we're just
those
talking
dang
about some
it's those
stuff
Nephilim.
going on in Alaska.
It's the Nephilim. They're thirsty
Yep, they need
down
their water
there.
too, man.
That might be a whole nother episode too.
Oh my
A lot of people
goodness.
talking about the same thing. People talking about sea creatures. A lot of people talking about the Nephilim.
Hmm.
I know it's hard not to be
Like
like sucked in by it.
kind of makes sense to me that at some point in human evolution there were like a tribe of humans that grew real big,
Right.
Right.
but then like when like maybe they're farmers, maybe they're hunters, but then like when there was like a drought or something like that, and like these giants needed to eat twice, three times as much, thrice as much. That's how giants talk.
Did
That's
you
what they
guys see
think
the
of.
video that I put
Like then
in
they
the
would
group
starve. They would starve, and like the
about
normal size humans like us would be like, oh, this is no problem. This drought's no big deal.
right?
Because
Meanwhile, the giants are like, can I have some water?
I mean, I
Well,
don't know.
remember
Can
Andre
you?
the Giant? Like we learned a lot about giants with that dude,
It's
right?
an excellent segue, yes, into our next section about old timey wrestling. Yeah, Andre the Giant was a giant. Was it? Yeah, that's true. Like,
Right?
let's check out his parents and like where he came from.
Right?
What layer of
Yeah.
Earth did he come from? You know,
Right.
By the way,
Right.
we'd like to take this opportunity and thank today's episode's sponsor, 23andMe. Look them up.
yeah,
Use
Don't do
code
it.
they
promo
should do
That's
code
how
that.
the
DRK.
I tell you what, if
that's
they
how the
wanted to
East
be
Side
like,
Rapist got caught, or the
yeah,
Golden
it's
State
like
Killer.
You know how like if you do 23andMe, I think like everyone on the planet comes back is like 0.003% Ashkenazi Jew or something like that, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like what if everybody like they just add that to it? You know, like everybody's like point zero 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 zero
Nephilim.
two giant.
Yeah. Nice.
Be like, me too. You too. All right.
Yeah.
My ancestors were giants.
Yeah. I have 4% Congolese, and that's why I follow
Oh
that
man.
Congo page. I'm
You
telling you
do
right
not,
now.
let me tell y'all, you do not want the whiteys talking about like thinking, like getting this idea in their head that their ancestors were giants.
Yeah.
No, no,
It's
no.
gonna get real sketchy.
It's already gonna get sketchy, I feel like.
Well, speaking of sketchy, I know that
Yeah, let's roll.
Chris
What
is
do
a
you got?
huge Tim Pool fan. What did you think of Tucker's appearance on?
Yeah, I want to hear what your
Oh,
thoughts are on that.
that was kind of a, so I like Tim Pool. Like, I really always keep myself from like really liking these guys because
You don't want to be a
like
sycophant. I hear you.
they disappoint. Like, have you ever like? There's very few people you listen to or support movies, whatever that don't eventually just disappoint you. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Life.
Yeah,
But
it's like so. But yeah, I like it because I've said before they do a lot of thought experiments. They have a lot of good guests. But yeah, Tucker was on there. I like Tucker talking to anybody because
same.
everybody that interviews him, from Ace to Tim Pool, anybody, they're just like even like liberals that interviewed him, like they're like he just is like comes off as real,
I get a little
a
bit of
real
a different
person.
piece too, like a little bit like, like he is always the same, but like you see different sides. I've noticed like sometimes he talks about aliens, sometimes he talks about only politics. Like it's very interesting. Just
Yeah, he does seem like someone that has been holding a lot back, and of course,
yeah,
because we've only seen him for 30 years on network television,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
cable TV, with a mic in your ear. So yeah, it is kind of interesting. Like, and I'll be honest, like I watched most of his new stuff, but like sometimes just like, wow, I don't really, maybe I don't really agree, or I think it's a bit harsh. I mean, that's yeah. So I thought his appearance on Tim Pool, the most notable part was when he said that he found that like all the online supporters of Ron DeSantis were like the meanest, nastiest, dumbest,
Oh boy.
like uh people out there. And I was like, I thought that was pretty harsh. I don't think that's
Yeah,
accurate.
I don't think that's accurate
But
either.
I understand that like all the Ron DeSantis supporters out there online do kind of annoy people to the point where they might say things that are a little bit bombastic and harsh, maybe not accurate.
Right,
So
right.
mostly what I get from Ron DeSantis supporters is like extreme, like varsity, Olympic levels of condescension is what I get,
Nice, nice.
because they want to get back to like they really like, and I don't really, I say that I don't like it, but it's like they really want to get back to normal. Like they really would like a normal 1980s, 90s, like early 2000s Republican that comes from a nice family and like has no skin, like doesn't curse
Right.
on, like
Not wearing high heel boots.
yeah, well, yeah. And it's like I understand that, yeah, but it's like that's never gonna happen again.
Yeah.
We're we've crossed the line into
What are,
WW like where it's like
yeah.
we're gonna have like Hulk Hogan versus the Iron Sheik presidential matches, elections within
Was
the
the Iron
next
Sheik the
20
one with
years.
the rubber bands on his? I remember who was that?
No, there was managers. Iron
I remember
Sheik.
that.
I remember Iron Sheik because he lived in Baltimore. He lived in um on Bel Air Road, off of Bel Air Road in Baltimore County, maybe Harford
Jameson.
County, but like in the middle of like just middle of America. The Iron Sheik.
Love it.
Yeah, but yeah, well that'll be it soon. But I don't know.
What are
Sorry.
you gonna do? Oops.
What are your thoughts on all those things?
The
You
Iron
first.
Or
Sheik.
should we go on to the next?
I
I mean,
I
we could
don't keep
talk
up
about.
with all that stuff with the Tim Pool or anything like that. So
Yeah, it was kind of harsh. And then the next day, people got like the people that he was talking about, the ones that are kind of just, I don't know, somewhat annoying and condescending
Mhm.
because
Right.
their whole thing, like they don't want to say it, but their whole aura is like, you Trump supporters are stupid. And
Right.
it's like, but the thing is, like, they're all former Trump supporters. Like, these are people that
Right.
voted for him in 2016. And in my opinion, these are people that voted for him in 2016. And in the next 4 years, like everything the media did, everything the FBI did, the frame job for treason worked on them, right? Because it worked on me a little bit too, to be honest, like because like you want to like I grew up with my parents telling me how great this country was, and you want to
Yeah.
do the same thing. And it's like, it's kind of tough when the media is like calling the president Hitler all the time and just
Right.
calling him a Russian agent. It's
It's
kind of
so
like, it's
crazy to me that
bizarre.
people just like my
It
husband
worked. It
is
worked on
a
a lot of people.
people is people like but that like you only are hearing one source of news and like that's it. Like that's just it. I
Yeah,
mean
even if
and
you
I can't even blame the people that think like everything's great, like I can't even blame them. Like
even
they're
if
hearing
even if
one
all you
source.
watch, even if all you watch is Fox News and all you listen to is conservative talk radio from 2016 to 2018, 19, like even the most conservative talk shows out there, they had to cover the Russia collusion story and the Mueller
Right.
investigation. They were all that bullshit. Like they had to. Like you couldn't not
Yeah.
do it.
And no one's going back and saying, "Oh, by the way, that didn't happen. That's not real."
Yeah. No,
That
I remember.
like
Like
there's no boxes checked. There's no apologies. There's like
I
nothing.
try
It's
to
just like,
remember. Yeah, I try to remember my state of mind and because I think people try like they forget, like they want things to be normal so bad they forget that all the vicious things they were doing to Trump.
yeah,
And I know there's people out there that think, oh, he's such a bad guy, he deserves it. But it's like, okay,
yeah,
whatever. I mean, okay, that's your opinion. But in my opinion, and in many people's opinions, they were doing vicious things. And
yeah.
it's like when the TV guy, the businessman that was very popular, the guy that was like a reality show host,
He
just
was
very
beloved,
popular figure.
beloved.
He decided he was going to run for president, and they were like, oh,
I
uh-oh.
saw a video of him kissing Barbara Walters. He kind of got a little
Yeah.
grabby with her, and she
And
loved it.
then
She like
yeah,
melted into his big
they
fucking
loved
mint
him.
hands.
And
Even
now
Yeah,
he's
even with
being
all
removed
his
from ballots left and
with
right.
small
even
hands,
even
saying yes,
even
small
with all the
hands.
mistake, even with all the mistakes, even with
Yeah,
all the tabloid stuff, even with all the scandals like divorce and all that stuff, like
he said the
um
P word, pussy. Which can you imagine that being like a bad word? Now we have the pussy hats. Like,
yeah.
yeah, that's what got
Well,
him
well,
up over.
that's like a whole other topic about how Trump changed our culture and the people that hate Trump the most act like him the most.
Mm.
So, can you ever imagine before Donald Trump, Madonna and like Susan Sarandon and Ashley Judd out there on a stage, like
Bette
screaming into a
Midler.
microphone with a damn pussy hat, like a damn knitted
Oh,
crocheted hat that looked apparent. Again, it was a very confusing time for me because I had never
so
seen a
good.
vagina that looked like that. But
Right.
so it was weird. Uh, but
I I was knitting at the time,
apparently,
and one
like,
of my knitting friends was like making pussy hats for the cause, and I was
yeah,
just like,
like that would not have happened before Trump. That kind of like
no.
brash, like in your face, like gaudy, like golden toilet type of behavior. Like look at my golden toilet. Like,
Yeah. Women are like, men are trash, men are trash. And it's because like no one values a man anymore. So why do they have to be like treat
well,
you
it's like,
any type of
well,
way?
yeah, it's kind of a weird thing too, where it's like they're saying men are, it's like, but then you're just like, you're on a stage with a pussy hat, like you're acting like
Yeah,
frat bros, lady. Like,
a
what's
million
like,
percent.
are you
Yelling, saying
sure?
crass words.
It's like maybe you
Yeah,
want to be like maybe you want to be a frat bro. Like maybe you're confused. I'm sorry. Like, yeah.
yeah, yes. I'm proud to say that I'm not marching for anything.
I'm honest.
Pussies,
I'm actually
Black Lives,
surprised
none of it.
now.
I'm
I'm
marching for
surprised that
nothing.
I'm actually going to do some research tonight to see if a fraternity in the 70s, 80s ever wore pussy hats.
I think it's a new phenomenon.
Because I'd be shocked if no frat bro in the history of frat bros has ever been like,
Yeah. Donned
"Hey,
pussy
bro,
hat.
bro, got an idea for hats, bro.
All right,
God, you
lay it on
bro.
me.
Like vagina hats, bro." And then was like, "Bro, that's lame name, bro. Pussy hat, bro." Like, there you go. I'd be shocked if that conversation ever happened.
Yeah. No.
And that is a
Oh,
compliment to frat bros. I hope you understand that, frat
Oh,
bro.
of course. Delta Fu.
hell yeah, Delta Fu.
uh, what's next?
So, what did you think about your homie Trump getting removed from the ballots? Since we were kind of talking about him already a bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, my family's lucky that I had just gotten a haircut before that happened because
Oh shit, you got your haircut. Holy, oh man.
yeah, I had
Oh
to get
Gotta
it,
shit.
I had to get it
restart.
shaved up on the sides
Gotta
again.
restart the mullet.
Yeah,
Okay.
Another
Laura was like,
indictment.
I almost got it sent back because Laura was like, "It doesn't look right," but I think she's kind of forgotten about it.
Okay. Good.
But yeah,
Oh, you still got a little link back there for indictments? Okay.
Oh shit, there it is.
helped you resisting arrest in the back.
So they grab hold of
Yeah, it's like a handoff for the police. But it's probably a bad idea. It's a bad idea because whenever you see those fights of like,
You know what? Just
women of
grease it up.
color,
No one wants to touch like something greasy. Get
that's
like
true.
some greasy pomade
That's
in
true.
there. And
Or like
if it's a
whenever you
little
see
bit
like,
slimy,
and I've seen a few, like when you see those videos online of like women of color in like a restaurant just going
Right.
at it, it's like there's so many just bad strategy from the get go.
on a
You know what I
Friday
mean?
night or on a Saturday morning when you walk downtown, you'll always find like a piece of hair, like some weave that like fell
Yeah, yeah.
out of
Yeah, if you
somebody's
want to
head.
like if you can, I mean, just you have to like prepare for these things. If you are going out to dinner and you think that it's possible for you to be engaging in hand-to-hand combat with your dinner mates,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, like maybe somebody's cheating, like maybe there's some grievances that are going to get aired. It's
Never
Festivus night,
know.
like, and you got a bunch of
Well,
weaves and like long hair hanging out, like
Yeah.
you're in danger. Like
mhm.
Yeah.
you need to come with a tight that night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Word. It's why, you whip off your earrings
And
if you're
also
not
wear
trying to get,
underwear and appropriate pants that don't,
yeah,
fall down and show your ass
maybe not
cheeks.
underwear. They get like jerked up. You can get grabbed by the underwear too.
Either one, yeah.
Damn. This is
Don't
Appropriate.
coming.
get
Like
beat up.
again, if you're going out to dinner tonight, you're going out to the Red Lobster or whatever, and you feel like it's there, if it's not a 0% chance of you getting into hand-to-hand combat,
Right.
dress appropriately is what I'm saying. It's your Christmas advice.
Okay.
No,
Good
I
to
don't
know.
like it. I don't like it. It's probably going to be overturned, but as we wait for it to be overturned, it's you got
As
other
the
states.
world
Other
turns.
states are talking about taking them off the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
As we wait, like the temperature's just rising a little bit, like that crock
Yeah.
pot.
Crock pot.
It's
Fuck a crock pot.
it's
Crock
like
pot's
hour 5 or
easy. This is
6,
like one of those pots
or
that
it's the
pressure cooker,
Instapot.
the one
Yeah,
that
it's the pressure cooker.
could, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just made
Um,
a sound. I saw Napoleon.
I really don't appreciate when people correct me on cooking devices. It's like a pet peeve of mine.
Oh,
Like,
well,
man, I'll allow it. It's fine. I was wrong.
something to work on in the new year.
But yeah, it's they're just turning the temperature up a little bit more.
Hmm.
The frogs are just swimming around in the hot water, and all of a sudden it's like, ooh,
Yeah,
I need to get out of this
right.
hot water. Like,
No one
It's no
sees
longer
it.
comfortable.
then the frogs start looking at each other like, are you doing this to me, other frog? Are you the one that's doing this to me? Us?
Crazy. Well,
No, man, I swear it's not
you
me,
know
bro.
what? Here's the thing. So
That
much
is
is
how
out
they
of our
that's how they talk.
control, and tomorrow is not promised. So my Christmas, New Year's thought for everybody, even
Damn.
the people
Dark.
that know all the things. No, it's true though. Like we
Can
can't
we at least
control
get the
it.
Christmas Eve? I mean, come on.
They're telling us to care. Like we don't have to care.
Can you at
Like
least be like, hey, you never know, the next year might not happen.
this
Like,
year,
okay, well, at least that's like 10 days away.
have some pie, hug your mom, you know, kiss a
Yeah.
girl, all the things, like do all the things, have a
Yeah.
nice time, smile, laugh,
I'm not trying to
tell
get
your
me
That's what I
too.
wanted to say.
I
That's what I
saw a
would like
lady
to
with
say.
like sparkly overalls at the mall. I was like, oh my God, like they're so cute. Like tell somebody they look cute. Like just make somebody's day. We can't control this shit.
Today I let
And Donald
someone
Trump
in
made
traffic.
millions.
Hmm?
I'm sorry, what?
He made millions in fundraising in the 24 hours after they took him off the ballot. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
To bribe people,
Calm,
right?
calm down, Trumpers.
Now he's got to pay for his lawyers. Like every
Oh
time they
yeah.
do that, like it caught like so in Colorado they take him off the ballot, and to get him back on the ballot isn't free. Like someone
Right.
has to actually like
Always gotta pay.
at the very least it takes someone like a tank of gas to get to the courthouse and like get and file the paperwork.
They
Hmm.
said that
But
they
really
have to
it
get the
costs.
ballots printed up like a couple months in advance. So like if like his name won't be
Yeah.
printed on it in the next couple of weeks.
Well, you know what? It's all like there's no hope, first of all.
Yeah.
So enjoy it. Enjoy this Christmas. But like that also right there, that allows them to say things like we must have digital voting machines that we can send updated like printing ballots 2 months in advance when there's such threats to democracy going on. It's just we can't do it, right? So we have to go to all digital,
Hmm.
Yes.
and there you go.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
like now
Yes.
like Dominion Voting Systems owns like 40% of Fox News. I don't even know what. But
Good.
Fox News
It's
had to
like
basically
the
give them like 20 years of profits to like, keep them from owning Fox News. So like
yeah.
the people that make the electronic voting machines, well, yeah, what happened was, I mean, just
Don't
this is what happened. Like so they make electronic voting machines. That's big business. And then there's an election, it's contested and it's like it's heated, it's divided country. Someone makes threats or someone makes accusations that the voting machines are bad. Voting machine company says, "Uh-huh, let's hire a lawyer." And bam, they probably made more off the lawsuit than they've made selling their voting machines,
right.
right? And now like
I bet
somehow
that's a
like
rabbit hole.
somehow
Like
voting machines, like people think of them like ATMs, like ATMs always get my money, right? Right? They always show the
yeah.
correct they give me whenever I get $40, it's two $20 bills. It's but it's like, but then yeah, I don't I think going to the like all electronic voting machines is bad because like what if like what happens if there's a bad storm somewhere
Right.
Yeah.
in one county or one state and there's no power and you like we should just be paper ballots. Well, that's one thing Tucker said too. Just paper ballots. Just like make it simple.
Go analog once again.
I would go to like dip your finger in ink like they do in Afghanistan or Iraq.
Right.
I feel
Seriously,
like
I've
I
they could
would.
make it easy with the phones though,
I would. I
also.
don't care.
Like, right? Like
Don't
my
trust it.
phone is my phone.
Wouldn't trust it at all.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't trust the algorithm on the Apple Music app or Apple Podcasts app.
Yeah.
what about apple
You think they're
pie?
going
Do
to
you trust that?
share? They're not going to. Huh?
Do you trust apple pie? Is the real question.
I like Apple Pie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Continue.
Yeah. But no, like I wouldn't trust that at all.
Yeah, same. I think thumbprint is the best way to go.
Well, in a world where the FBI
In a
and the
world.
Department of Justice hadn't just tried to frame a sitting president for treason,
Hmm.
It's
maybe,
wild. Right.
maybe, like in a world where president wasn't getting a blowjob, and like couldn't define what the word is means, like, what,
Horrible.
like, depends what the word is. What is, what is it? Like, yeah, whatever. It's
Speaking of
like,
presidents getting blowjobs, what about this Epstein list that's coming out in the next, I guess there's like a 14-day countdown.
Do you
I'm
think
gonna
that
be,
it's just a tease or it's actually going to be released?
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
released. I actually do think it's gonna be released. And here's why.
Okay.
because it's not going to be a client list. It's not going to be
I'd be like maids.
like it's not the flight list with Jimmy Kimmel and all those guys. It's going to be like and Jimmy Kimmel and his personal chef, Adam Perry, who was Jimmy Epstein's personal
Mhm.
chef for a while, and Jimmy Kimmel's chef.
Right.
But not gonna be those guys. It's gonna be a bunch of like his associates and like the groundskeepers and the maids and like
The things that have the
the
people that have
property
seen the things.
managers
Yeah.
and worse off, it's going to be the victims, or it's going to be like women that were like 19, right? So maybe, they were of age, but like women that were like 19 at the time or 18 at the time, that went there and didn't do lawsuits against Prince Andrew. They were just, there were Bill
Yeah.
Clinton and, all those types of guys, but didn't do lawsuits. But it's just,
How do I have pictures of Bill Clinton getting massaged from an underage girl on my phone? And like literally like no one cares. Like it's just like photoshopped. Like there's all kinds of different angles on it. Like the
yeah,
girl is seen in other
I think it's
circumstances. Like it's
because
ridiculous.
and I'm of that era, like that in that time. Well, no, because the pictures came out much later, but like I don't, I'm not trying to excuse. I'm just saying, like at that
I
time,
understand the
it
draw.
was just like you wouldn't.
We were
It
in
wasn't
love with him.
it wasn't a draw, but like you would give him a pass because it's like that kind of stuff didn't happen back then in the 70s and 80s. Like in the time that Bill Clinton or 90, like that just didn't happen. But it's like, oh, it did. Like that's a new,
Oh
like
yeah.
all this weird pedophilia and like underage
I think
teachers
it happened way
banging.
more back then. Like that
Yeah,
there
like
were
that. Well,
grown
that's what
men
I'm
with
saying is
children.
like, but I
It was
think
way more acceptable.
it wasn't acceptable. It's more like people would stick their head in the sand or think that didn't happen. But nowadays, people's, like say, like let's say post 2000s, after like people's eyes are open to like, oh no, oh yeah, okay, I was gonna say like, so we see this phenomenon of like teachers banging children, right? And
Right?
it's like a late 2000s and current thing,
Sure.
and we think that that's a recent thing because of like, I don't
They
know,
got brought to our attention.
because of like spandex and Madonna. But it's like, oh
Sure.
no, this has been happening for a long time. So Clinton's
Yeah.
from that era where guys didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like just why old guys didn't do that back then. It's a new thing, right? Where Epstein's and Harvey Weinstein, that's a new thing, but it's like, no. Sadly enough, I guess it's not, I guess it's not really new. And
No, I
then you
think it's
think
a
back to like
long
old school
line of
Hollywood and you start doing the math and the logic and you're just like,
the
oh,
Bohemian Grove
I
and
bet it was a lot worse when like a camera weighed 100 pounds. Like when a camera wasn't in your
yeah.
pocket, like I bet it was a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Can you hear the stories of like, what's it, the character that played Superman?
Christopher Reeves,
No, before that.
Errol Flynn.
No, the actor that played Superman,
Oh,
like before Christopher Reeve, like in the show, and like the original like 50s show, like the guy was a freak. Or there was another
can't think
guy.
of the name.
I used to watch a show called Hogan's Heroes, which was a sitcom. This is a
In the
sitcom in like the
concentration camp, right?
60s and 70s in a POW camp.
Was it George
American.
Reeves, the original
Yeah,
Superman?
yeah. I wanted to say that, but it was like that's weird that Christopher Reeves was the replacement or played him later on. But
It's
George
all a
Reeves,
psyop. It's because it's a psyop. It's
he was real
none of it's
weird.
real.
Like he had a lot of stuff, and like there's an actor, the lead actor that played Hogan, like the lead actor in this show. I think
Right.
his name was Bob Crane. I think he like died under like real sketchy circumstances. These were all like sexual freaks and like
Yeah.
predators, maybe
Deviants. Yeah.
deviants. Um,
Mm, yeah. Well, I mean, you
who
just
had a
hear
lot
Brooke
of
Shields.
power.
Look at Brooke Shields' story. I mean, just that. Like child actors, period. Stop it.
Yeah,
Enough.
that was just in the 80s
Quit.
too. Yeah, they had an underage girl nude in a movie like in the 80s.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Shirley Temple. I mean, think
And
of
everybody,
all the
well,
laps she crossed
that's
onto with that little tiny dress. And like they're so inappropriate. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
yeah, you look
Like
at
all those
Shirley
old men wanting
Temple.
kisses from
Yeah, yeah,
her.
yeah. In 2023 through 2023
Devastating.
lenses, you look at Shirley Temple, just like, whoa, that's
Devastating.
weird.
Devastating. It
But yeah,
did it
that's
it was more acceptable back then. And now like we're looking back at these things and
oh, but
I mean,
that's a good. Well, we'll move on to the next subject, but that's a good thing because I brought up Bill Clinton and that era where it was an era. He came from an era where people will believe that a bunch of grown men could film a movie around this little cute little girl, and they were all just, like church going saints
sure.
who were not, they're not a single weirdo amongst them,
Mm-hmm.
and they were all had her best
Best.
intentions at heart, and it's like, oh, that probably wasn't so. But that's the era he
Horrible.
came from, to where like you would believe that Bill Clinton could get a massage from like a teenage girl when he's 50, and it's like,
Yeah,
and you're
fine.
like, what's the problem? It's like,
No big deal.
ooh.
Mm, yeah.
And then you have daughters, and you have like a teenage daughter, and you're just like, that's not natural.
That's when it starts to
No
be like,
teenage girl,
wow, that's crazy.
no
Yeah.
teenage girl is like maybe her uncle, her daddy, or something like that. But it's like no teenage girl is like wanting to give some
Prepared for that.
stranger a back rub on
No.
an island somewhere. Yeah. No.
Yeah. On an airplane.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So what's up? What's next?
All white and black Pro Bowls, man. We got segregated Pro Bowls, I should say. There you go.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Did
I
that
feel
happen
like
this week?
it was this week. It was this week. And what was interesting was that Fox News just did it like 2 days ago. You sent it like in the beginning of the week, like on Monday. And
That's
Fox
right.
News just did it the other day. And they did it right behind the Trump story of him getting taken off the ballot. Like it was literally the next story. And like the rage that it brought up in my white husband, he was like, "You don't understand what it's like to be white." And I was like, bro,
I
first of
guess we
all,
don't.
I have white children, so I get your plight. But I'm just saying, like,
The white plight, the
he was like
often
so
misunderstood.
upset. Like, y'all are under attack. I was like,
No,
oh,
I mean, to some degree, it's like I'm not even saying it's right or wrong,
right.
but it's like, yeah, there was a point where it's like you just walk around like, um,
Yeah.
you're not, now it's like I got to make sure I don't make eye contact with people. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that person's
Yeah.
backing out of their spot first. I better let them.
Yeah. And I
Like,
told
oh,
him, I'm
I
like, you
went to the
gotta
liquor
just
store. Went to the liquor store today, and it's busy as you can. It's like it's Christmas time. Everybody's walking out of their
yeah.
boxes, like to like
I
holding
can't wait
stuff.
to forget the weekend.
And there's this couple walking in the parking lot, like right down the middle of the parking lot, like in the middle of the street. And like I started back, and I was like, what are they doing? That's like, oh, they're gonna go to the sidewalk soon, right? Nope. And I saw all these other cars like start to back out and then hit their brakes, because it's like, why are these people walking in the middle of the street? And I saw them, like one car backed up and was like hit their brakes, and then the guy looked over like, what's your problem? I was like, man,
Mm.
like you're walking down the middle of the street in the parking lot,
So
and everybody's trying to back out. Like there's a sidewalk.
it's like there's no awareness.
The world is their oyster.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It was weird. It was weird, but it's like we're all just being careful, and it's like maybe we should, but it's like, and then you just start seeing a world where no one else is being careful. Everybody's just like, fuck
Right.
you,
So
That's
get
the
off my
thing.
back,
That's what
man.
everybody's
you
just like, fuck you
cannot
and your
fall into
kids.
that. You cannot fall into that though. You have to be the better person. You have to. Like some of us have to stand in we're good people. Like you're good. Like I'm not gonna fight with somebody. I mean,
My stance, and maybe people disagree.
Your
My
karate
stance,
stance.
my stance is indifference. Don't care.
Sure.
Just don't care. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's what you want.
Sure.
Like
It's
people
not
out there,
your
whatever
deal.
group, religious group, ethnic group, whatever, like what
Yeah.
you want is for other people just to not really care.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. It's not your
That's it.
deal. Like, stop. Like, you can't fix it.
I'm
It's not
indifferent.
like
Like
it's out of your
people,
control. If it's out of your
yeah,
control, stop trying to control it.
people try to convince you to like care more, to like
No,
make up. And
don't
it's like, no, just, and I would
care
welcome
less.
other people to be the same towards me.
Yeah. Care less.
Don't even worry about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh look, that
Or
guy's
if you
getting chased
care.
by bees. Whatever.
Yeah. Could be.
Well, yeah, I thought about that. I was thinking, I reflected on that recently, and I was thinking about how I have 3 children,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and one of
Only one of
them,
them cared.
yeah, was devastated, and the other one was like, "That was funny." And like, moving on. Like, what's
Yeah.
on TV?
Yep.
I'll
Yep.
tell you
Yep.
what's on
Yep.
TV. Fucking race riots and World War II propaganda on late night TV.
You know what's funny though,
Yeah.
Christopher, about your
Mhm.
children is that is who they are. Like the one that cares will care when she's 42,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
one that doesn't
I
is
got one that'll
not
take care
gonna
of me.
give a
I got
fuck.
one that'll bring me like biscuits at the nursing home.
It's so crazy. Like you can absolutely see who they
Yeah.
were as littles to grown. Like it's wild. That's who they are. Never question it. Like you are who you are when you're two.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that day. It took me a long time. And I was like, man, why'd those other two not care at all?
Yeah.
Like, I'm your father, damn it. How dare you?
But they'll be the ones, they'll be good.
Yeah.
They'll be good.
It'll be fine.
The
Yeah.
other one's gonna be a nervous wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. For sure. For sure. Sorry, Manny, I
But
cut you
yeah,
off.
so what was
No,
that?
it's all right.
So there's a Pittsburgh Steeler, retired Pittsburgh Steeler running back that suggested that there'd be a I guess he was tired of what he called average white male athletes having thoughts about football players, black football players. And he posted something about how there should be a Pro Bowl and it should be all black versus all white. And he just got roasted like 10, like, I don't even know what it is now, but it was like day after, it was like 10,000 comments. Most
With
of
the
them,
video and pictures.
yeah. So this man, Rashad Mendenhall, I think his name,
Mm-hmm.
but he was in the Super Bowl where the Steelers lost, where he got hit by a white linebacker in the
Pro
backfield
Bowl,
and
you mean?
fumbled it. No, he's in the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
He was in the Super Bowl where the Steelers lost. His team lost because he fumbled the ball. Nah, it's unfair to say that because
Personally.
that's a lot of things go into that. But yeah, like a Clay
Yeah.
Matthews, who was like the prototypical white linebacker, long hair, blonde hair, white linebacker in the day, like hit him, made him. So like it was literally like thousands of people showing him a picture of him fumbling the ball, getting hit by this guy who was like
Mm-hmm.
one of the best linebackers of his time. But yeah, it's just he got roasted. And then I guess a couple days later, after just getting dragged,
Mm-hmm.
he decided to like come out for round two. I don't I don't even remember what he said, but he was, came out flailing like all you haters, like blah blah blah. Just
Yeah. Yeah. Can't.
the
Yeah.
right step is just to go away.
Yeah.
Like take a vacation somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Christmas is coming. There's definitely going to be something that happens. I mean, you will be off the news story, but
Yeah.
not today, folks. We'll talk about it.
And it's like it's football. Like next week there will be another like
Yeah.
white
Stupid
guy
football thing.
criticizing a black player and vice versa. And there'll be the next controversy or terrible call.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna be sitting there thinking, man, I probably should have.
Fuck up.
That was a really bad week we had.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a really
Say
bad
less
week.
in 2024. Maybe just say less.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, we're gonna
That's what's
2024 Endless
say
Thinkers
less.
podcast can be 12 minutes.
a,
12 minutes.
a quick catch up with everybody, and then
Our
everything
best
else.
12.
8 minutes
Yeah.
of cursing, 4 minutes of content,
Yep.
12-minute shows.
This is,
5 golden rings. Yeah,
it's gonna be the best.
What
sounds
else
fun.
happened this week? What have we been chatting about?
Maybe we could get Robbie to join us if we only had 12-minute pods.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
Robbie.
he has to
Like
look
on a
after his
bathroom
building.
break.
He has to look after his building, bro.
Yes, this is right. This
Yeah.
is the time of year where people start trying to steal bearer
Tires.
bonds and fucking blow up towers. It's like people,
Yeah.
like Christmas time, a little short on cash for your kids'
I saw Die
presents. It's
Hard.
like there's bearer bonds in the safe in that basement.
Oh.
What is that? I'm saying that right, I think. That
Yeah.
was they were stealing bearer bonds.
Yeah.
We
Bear
did a
bonds.
finance lesson on the happy hour. So Rich might be in the
Oh, you did?
comment
Oh, okay,
section
good.
talking about bearer bonds. I don't know.
It was kind of quiet for a second, and also to tie it into the Mindy earlier said that the person that you were talking about, the wrestler Quana, is Captain Lou Albano. He had the rubber
Yes.
bands.
He was a
Captain
manager.
Lou.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Oh,
know if he
okay. Well,
wrestled or not.
Uh-huh.
I feel like he was the inspiration for the Mario Brothers
Really? I didn't know that
okay,
because
part.
he
maybe.
was doing that whole Italian
Yeah.
Mamma
Yeah,
Mia
yeah,
character.
yeah.
I would like to know, like, what
Woohoo!
came first, Mario Brothers or Captain Lou Albano?
Captain Lou, for sure. Because he was when I was a little kid. I can remember sitting on the ground watching it with my dad. He
Yeah,
loved big time wrestling.
that was
Wrestling.
a time in America where we had culture.
Did we
Not
now?
in
Not
my
a,
house.
not a lot of it. Not a lot of it. It's like
Gonna say nope.
there was a period where our culture was like Barney Miller,
Uh-huh.
Maude, and like Norman Lear television shows.
Sure.
Like that was our
Yeah.
culture. It was like
Yeah.
Hollywood sitcoms.
Norman Lear had a
Yes.
stranglehold on TV.
R.I.P. buddy.
Yeah, that was a great era. That like I think I posted something about that.
Mm-hmm.
It
But
really was.
I grew up in that era of Archie Bunker, All in the Family, that whole like dynamic. Then there was George Jefferson, the Jeffersons.
Hee Haw. Remember Hee Haw?
Hee Haw was good. That was my grandmother played liked Hee Haw.
And
I have
then
a
there was like
question.
a
But Good Times too. Like I'm really
good
like this is like
time.
these were like really I was like locked in on these shows like Good Times, the whole family dynamic there. What I remember most from Good Times is that the dad traveled. He like worked like oil fields or something.
Uh-huh. He was a roughneck. Is that
Way,
what you're
yeah,
Yeah.
saying?
like really far
Hmm.
away. So he'd be gone for long periods of time. And now I think like they were just trying to save money, like
Probably.
one less actor to pay.
Like I
Right.
know.
But the
So
family, no matter what, no matter how bad things were, whatever was going on, like they were just so excited when he came home. Like that was
mhm.
like a
Yeah.
big thing.
It's like Dad's
And they
home,
were like,
everybody.
even though he was not there, like they were an intact family.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Peterson says that like, your life isn't made up of like the vacations or whatever. It's the mundane stuff. And like how you are greeted when you come home really speaks to like your life. Like,
Mhm.
are you celebrated in
Appreciated.
any way? Like,
Yeah, and they were
yeah.
always so like if they'd done something wrong, like he was coming home. That was a big theme of all the like Leave It
Oh
to
yeah.
Beaver, all those
Mm.
that era. But I really like that really influenced me, and I was like if I'm really, our culture folk talk so much about race, you can't help but not think about it. But I think like yeah, I was 10 years old and just watching George Jefferson like owning
Yeah.
businesses and like fighting to expand his businesses. I was like and living in a high rise. He had a maid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
the maid was so comfortable that she was sassing him.
yeah.
Like she wasn't worried about it because she was I don't know. I don't think 227 was like a spin-off of
I
that,
was
but
just
like
gonna say the
but
shows
like
that came after.
but
And
she
we
was so
also got the shows that
comfortable.
came before too. Remember there was like a late night thing that you could watch like Nick After Night for our generation, like the Dobie Gillis and the
Yeah, I never
uh
want like my
Gilligan's Island, like the older
Gilligan's
shows that
Island was
maybe
good. Yeah.
weren't playing, but they were also on the late night, like uh Nickelodeon, early Nickelodeon.
How
And
do
I
you
just think
think?
I think about like if we talk so much about race and like diversity, and it's like this is like 30, 40 years ago that we had it. We had it all. We had diversity, we had multiculturalism, we had people like fighting but getting along.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, they were all like every single one of these shows was about like the parents trying to make their kids' life better and like their kids going to
Yeah.
school and getting good grades and learning and like going to college and getting jobs and
Yep.
having and finding a good wife or husband or something like the George like yeah, it's like I don't know. There was a
Yes. The race, I think, is being
we
told
had
to
it. We
us
had
because
it.
it's not real. Like we have our vice president is black. Like you can't call us a racist country when our vice president is black and we had a black president for 2 terms. Like you can't call us a racist country. Like
Yeah, I don't know what
that
happened. I
is
really
off the
don't.
table. They're just telling us that we're racist and they're just telling us that, you know, we are so different, but we're not. Like if you think about it, like that's not really happening. Like are you seeing like do you have black friends that are like feel uproared towards you? Like no, like they're just telling us that this is
I
happening,
don't
but
think
I
so.
don't know that
I've got a neighbor that's 2 doors down that's African American. He drives a freaking McLaren.
exactly.
Like there's always
Exactly.
supercars in his driveway, and I'm like, what? It's
Has
like,
he
Right.
ever let
but
you drive any of them?
no, but I
Some
wouldn't
neighbor.
ask. I don't want to. It's like, yeah, I don't want my
Oh,
insurance
Right.
going up. Like I got
Exactly.
bills. Like
Got
I got
children to
trying
raise,
to
damn it.
like save for college and shit.
Twins.
I have
And I'm
another
trying to drive
hypothetical
McLaren, but it's
for
like
you.
people are doing.
Hmm.
They're doing great. Not everybody, but there's a lot of like I was seeing this in like 1979 that people of all races and colors were able
Fine.
to do good.
Hmm.
And like
Yeah.
George Jefferson wasn't a fantasy, that there were African Americans in the 70s killing it and like owning
They
businesses,
absolutely were.
starting businesses,
Google
owning
Black
shit.
Wall Street. Yes, they were.
I mean, that got destroyed, but it's like, but
The
even that,
welfare system took
even
everything
then,
down
like,
in that community. Yes,
well,
systematically. That's what they call systematic racism, right? Is
that
based on
created
what we
that created an image that replaced the image of like just no, there's like guys that are out there like the Will Smith character in um was it Happiness or whatever, like Search for Happiness. Like Will Smith did a movie
Oh,
where
the
he was
pursuit of happiness,
Pursuit of
or
Happiness. Like
oh
yeah,
that
right.
happened a long time ago. That
Right.
didn't happen after Barack Obama.
Right.
That happened in like the Reagan era.
it didn't happen. Oh fuck.
Right.
And it was rare because the percentage of the population is low, but it's like it was happening. And I'm not trying to like minimize all the terrible things that were happening,
Hmm.
Sure.
but it's like I was saying in the 70s, I was being told that you should be colorblind and you should be, not care about that and care about the character of the person. And
As you should.
you should never. I was like, okay, okay. And I was like seeing George Jefferson and keep saying that, like Sanford and Son, because they weren't
Hmm.
Yeah.
rich but he like they had a family and like
Good
they
times.
were just
That was
normal
just like a bunch
people.
of characters. The Fat Albert, black
They were just
cartoon.
normal people. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, growing up, like I'm not rich. So it's like, yeah, my activities are going to the playground, the free
Yeah.
playground in my community, like everybody else. It's like
Yeah.
It's the community
I
space.
don't know what happened, but it's like I guess it became an industry.
Hmm.
Uh, it hate sells.
Bill O'Reilly was the first. He would call it the race hustlers,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and we just tore
Yep.
ourselves apart to some degree online on TV. But I do think that still like people that are just driving around every day are just going out and being
And now we're
successful.
starting early in the schools, which is why we're teaching kids that like they're systematically wrong because they're white. And it's horrible. They're committed for crimes that they never committed. It's
Yeah,
silly. It's all silly. It's all so silly.
I think there's some of that around here, but I'm lucky. I'm lucky that it around here that's like very minimum
Yeah.
because like the African American parents around here are like doing fine. Like
Yeah.
they're like, what are you talking
Everybody,
about?
yeah. Yeah.
What are you talking about? I just, my kids are wearing the same clothes. I'm driving the same car, living in the same, like, what do you,
Yep.
I don't try to minimize it because I'm sure it's different, but
Mm-hmm.
from my perspective, I I know it's different, like say in Chicago, but like around here, it's not. And there's a lot of folks that all went to college. They all went to the same colleges. They all work at the same places, and
They don't care about
our kids
the color of
play
their neighbor's
together.
skin, right?
Yeah, kids play together and go to school together and play on the same football team.
Yeah.
It's
My
happening,
kids
but
were
I don't
like the
know.
whitest of their whole school. Like their whole school was everybody. It was every race, religion, creed, all of it, all of the people. Like, I mean, it's just that's like the neighborhood that I live in is just, well, not this neighborhood, but that neighborhood was just everybody. It was everybody.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know. Yeah, division cells, I guess, or it's
Yeah.
useful. It's useful. It's very useful.
I think it's going to be, and I think more and more of the stories will be pointed and directed to how there's this division, but it can't be like the two things cannot exist at once. We cannot have had a black president for 2 terms and a current black vice president. And I know we all hate her, but for different reasons, not the color of her skin. You know
Right.
what I mean? She got, don't get me started about Willie
Yeah, I'm not
Brown's
really a
black
fan of
dick, but
Barack Obama because of the phoniness of it all. Like that I saw
yeah,
like when he was a senator,
sure.
he made a great speech and he became like
Of course.
The Tom Brady like they were just like, "Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh."
Oh my God. Oh,
He's
so
just like,
great.
"We should lift ourselves up.
Yeah.
Shoot for the stars." And it's like, "Oh, whoa."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh my gosh.
It's all so weird.
Profound."
What a weird world we're living in, though. Like where Tucker's interviewing some dude that says that he blew Barack back in the day. Like it's like we are living in the weirdest of times. Like, Lord,
Yeah, we're living in like maybe the most transparent of times.
maybe. Yeah.
They say like so they make a lot of comparisons to America and the late stage Roman Empire where you're fighting like they some of the indicators are you're fighting all these foreign wars and all these things. And it's like,
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe the real indicator is that what we're doing at home and just
What
the
we're not doing at
lies,
home.
the lies we're telling ourselves and like creating division
Mm-hmm.
And the blur in
for no reason.
sexuality, the big blur in sexuality and what is and isn't, you know. They say that that
Hmm.
is the absolute sign of a fall.
I'm also thrown off over here. Well, not thrown off, but like more the by the Pope saying that gay lives matter. The fact that he came out and was
Well,
like,
he would always
"Hmm,
say that, but I think that was a little bit okay. I made a mistake. So that
I
was a
didn't think
little
it was new
overblown.
either.
So I think that he wasn't saying that Catholic
sorry, listen,
priests
listen, sinners."
could do gay marriages.
Right.
He was kind of saying, I guess, because there's like, man, there's a lot of rules there. So, are you Catholic?
Retired.
Yeah, retire, okay. But there's like, so like the a blessing is a certain type of thing, right? It's like well, if a gay couple who is married by the state of California goes to mass
Mm,
and goes by the priest, is the priest allowed to do that? And
Right.
the basically the Pope said you can do that. Like
Oh, you can receive communion.
you don't need to see their papers or like
Gotcha.
have them swear
show certificate. Come on.
they've never touched a D
Is,
before.
is it
Like you don't
Oh
need
my
to
notarized?
like that.
God.
Like they can just do that. So it's like a really like a minimal like a formality. Like
Did you say
Hmm.
touch the D?
yeah, that's what I said. Like like the priest doesn't need to start interrogating the two dudes
Hmm.
who seem to be close. Close like matching sweaters.
Right.
The priest may have some questions, but he's basically saying
Yeah.
just bless them and move along.
Yeah.
Don't pull them aside.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Don't pull them aside into
Uh,
the interrogation booth before you cross them. But I think that was kind of it was kind of like a hey, there's no need to make a scene and be a dick.
Okay,
Right.
on that note, that we're in the Jesus motion, let's
Is that what we're
talk
calling it?
about
Motion.
let's talk about Christmas, right? It's the time.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you
Uh,
ready for Christmas?
I think I am ready.
Yeah. Oh.
I said I went to the liquor store today.
I'm prepared.
I'm prepared. Yeah, I'm ready. I
Okay,
think
mean,
I
I
got
don't really
Laura a
celebrate,
nice
but I'm
gift
here.
that she'll appreciate.
but did you fill her stocking? Like, did you get candy and little snacks for her stocking, like some little fuzzy socks?
I did. I got some
Okay,
candies
good.
and stuff. I can say that with confidence because I know she doesn't listen to this show.
Okay, good.
But yeah, got some candies.
Okay, good, good, good. Yeah. Well,
I gotta
They were in good
ask
shape.
Quana, what is this story that you have for us about Will and Jada? You have one more?
I think we touched on that early on. Like
Oh, okay.
yeah.
the
Will's
dude,
getting
Will's best friend that
Will's getting
Saul,
BF.
yeah,
Mhm.
the guy that Saul, after Jada threatened him with a lawsuit, he went on a podcast and doubled down. What he
I
said,
Yep.
gotcha.
he was murdering it.
Yeah. Murdering. He walked in on Will getting.
Uh, he said he was doing a Senate job on him.
That was crazy when about the, but I'm not really surprised. It's just like, man, can you guys just keep this, better contained? It's just like
Why do they have a shower? Oh, I guess because they're there all the time. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Well, they have like a
but
barber shop,
it's just like politics
like
is
the
already.
Senate, the Congress. They have like a barber. They got like a whole like underworld of
They have it
things.
all. They have it all.
Mm-hmm.
And now they could, bone away in the Senate Hall, like you
No,
said.
no.
Film it, upload it to their OF, whatever you want to call it.
Well, if we don't get a lawsuit from Will and Jada, then we have to just go ahead and assume that that really happened, which is fine. Bless his soul. I mean, if he likes to have a pastor
I just love that when
bend him over a couch,
when that
then
story
bless his
first
heart.
when that story first came out,
Hmm.
Will Smith was just like, whatever bullshit. And then he jumped in the pool, like just to demonstrate how much he didn't care about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But his wife, Jada, was like, "We'll see you in court.
Yeah.
Prepare to be deposed." Like I'm gonna hire high priced lawyers about TMZ. We're gonna have CNN covering this court case. And
No,
It's like,
he just went on some
meanwhile,
podcast.
Will Smith's just like, hey, no, like, yeah, well, that's whatever.
I'm done with this.
Never. She's
Yeah.
like, let's make a big deal out of this.
It's like,
But then
man,
I
Double
guess she
down.
has not made a big deal out of it.
maybe
Nope.
she came
No
to her
lawsuits had.
senses.
And the guy
No,
said,
you
go
can't
ahead and
sue
try to
somebody for
sue
telling
them.
the truth. Like
Yeah.
if he's telling the truth, if he wasn't telling the truth, you would sue him. You would shut him the fuck up.
I don't
But
think
if
they
he is
want.
telling the truth, you can't
Yeah,
sue him,
I don't think they want
right?
him on. I don't think they want that guy on the stand on
Anyway,
TMZ
Ever.
saying stuff like he was murdering that.
Yeah. The butthole.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He is the M word.
Like he really described it. He painted a picture. He had a brush, some broad strokes,
Okay, let's
literally,
say.
pun intended.
So I have no idea. I wasn't there, I promise. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
even
like how you have to state that.
if it's not true, what did you do to this man to make him hate you so much?
It's what he didn't do, Christopher.
Or like
Yeah.
what? How did you wrong this man
It's always what they
who
don't
was like
do.
once your best friend or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like maybe this guy is like has really bad character and makes up lies, but like
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
he like but like what did you do to make him want to just I don't know.
Maybe the dude's just catty like that. I don't know.
Maybe he's lying. Maybe that's his whole thing is like making up stories like this about celebrities.
Mm-hmm. It's like the more salacious, the fatter the paycheck. Who knows?
I mean, maybe unless you get sued. I mean, I guess that's the gamble. I don't know. I mean, I've never made up stories about Will Smith getting bent over a couch, murdered in the beehole
I just love that when
by
it came
a
out.
preacher, by a
He
big
tried
shot preacher.
Will Smith tried to blow it off and like make it go away, and she was like, "We're going to the Supreme Court."
Well, he felt
There's some,
empowered after what the Pope said. It's just like, hey, man, gay lives matter. He's like, all right, I got the
I,
clear.
I guess that preacher is like a big deal, right? The
Who
JD,
is it?
whatever. He's like
TD
some big,
Jakes?
maybe
That's the
he's like
guy?
some big preacher, like a big
No.
giant. He's a black guy, black preacher. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm not sure because he's like a
Let me
mega
see a
church.
picture. Yeah, that's who it is. That's who it is.
Okay. Now I gotta say
And
I'm a little
so
suspicious
I
now.
guess there was some
Yeah, I'm
psychic that
suspicious.
said that that dude is like there's going to be a huge scandal involving him.
No, so he's a big I don't speak for him because I don't know him or maybe he is the
Oh,
worst, but
okay.
he's a big mega church TV
Yeah,
pastor, but
yeah.
not like the Jerry
You can
Swalwell
Google pictures
type.
of him and P. Diddy. Like P. Diddy like leans on
Yeah,
him weird. Like there's definitely something going on there.
he's more
There's
like
some daddy energy coming off of him.
okay. But there's a lot of money involved there. So
Yeah.
now I can see where
Mafia type stuff.
yeah,
Yes.
now I can see
Yes.
where there's like maybe the story could be
Secrets of butt sex. Yes.
well, but I'm saying maybe the story could be made up because there is a ton of money there.
Bro,
For what?
made up. Are you trying to ruin this Festivus Eve? The
I'm
fuck is your problem made up?
not gonna have you soil Will
Drink
Smith's.
up.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, TD, you're not gonna have me
No, I'm just saying
soil
like
the good mega church pastor?
it's weird. Like I thought it was like Will Smith's best friend or like assistant,
That is
something
his
like
best
that.
friend. His
TD
best friend's
Jakes, like
talking
that's
about what happened.
or that's his form. Okay, yeah,
It's
maybe
not TD Jakes talking.
this. Oh
They're
yeah, okay,
saying that
yeah. I
TD
get it. I
Jakes
get it.
was the
I'll have
one
to
that had him
think
bent
about it.
over the couch.
My
TD
first
Jakes was doing the murdering.
yes.
Jesus.
Upon learning
That's
this
what
new
they said.
information, yeah, this guy's on like television, and it could that doesn't mean it's not
Will
true.
Smith is in movies, baby. Like,
Upon with this new information, I'm gonna have to think about it.
okay, we'll bring
But
it
there's
back
like
in the
a
new year.
but there's
We'll
like a
have
whole
maybe one more
nother
Will Smith story in the new year for
no,
sure.
like my question about like if it's not true, what did Will Smith do to this guy? Like they're just saying, like devil's advocate, if it's not
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
what did Will Smith do to this guy to make him so like make him want to do this?
He
Mhm.
says
When
everyone
you
hates Jada. Maybe it was Jada.
when you bring TD Jakes into the picture, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars in like church money,
Mhm.
maybe $1 billion, where the hush money involved in this situation
Hold on, wait.
is is
Hold
like
on. I might
is
be
like
thinking that Diddy had the sex with TD Jakes
oh
and
gee.
not Will Smith.
Okay. So it's not okay. I'm very
I
confused.
told you I'm not housing information in here.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Well,
get
I
us in
mean,
so
I
much
thought
trouble.
like maybe like I thought you meant like week to week, not like hour to hour.
That's who.
You know, like I thought like maybe there's like a few days of memory
All right.
stored, like maybe like yeah, like a like a
There's a limit. There's a time
I
limit.
feel like more in the
512
summer. I
megabyte
feel like more in the
jump
summer
drive
when like
going on
when there's
there.
like sunshine
Oh,
outside.
yeah, that
But
makes sense when it's
I'm not
warmer.
like
Yeah, yeah, warmer.
You get
That
I'm
more
not
makes
vitamin
sense.
consuming like
D.
yeah.
Mhm.
I
Sorry.
was just saying that if it's not true and there is a motive, like if you bring in like a mega pastor, like that's like they'll pay off someone faster than Will Smith would.
I definitely think the mega pastor was Sean.
Like if you have like if you're Will Smith, you have like 3 or 4 high priced attorneys, but if you're a mega pastor, you've got like 50
Yeah,
like
yeah,
working all the time.
yeah,
If you got like a television, like a giant stadium church, yeah,
yeah.
you got a team of lawyers.
I'll get, TikTok throws shit at you fast, so I'll get better. I'll get my sources together.
Just have TikTok on a
I
second
was
screen, would you?
I was really hungover this morning, so I'm just
Oh, now it's all coming out.
It's all coming together.
I went Christmas shopping yesterday. It was a lot. So I was at the mall.
We went and had pictures taken with the kids with Santa today. It was very nice.
So fun. Did they
Mhm.
come out cute? Do you do
Yeah,
all
they
three
came out really
children
good.
at once or
Yeah, all three.
individuals?
All three.
Okay, good.
It's better that way. It's quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Worked out pretty well.
Nice.
We had a nice
Any
family
unruly
day.
kids?
We've had a always there's always somebody crying or screaming or something, but it's in the
Oh,
moment it makes me very angry, but now I'm like, it was a great day. We just drove
yeah.
around. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I yelled a few times, but it's like for the what I remember is a great day.
What's to be expected?
Yeah, it's good stuff. We've been having a lot of those lately, just a lot of good family days where yeah, again, a lot of just tears or screaming,
It's
whatever.
chaos. It's
But it's like
literal
good.
chaos.
It's good.
It's so good
We're all
though.
together and having good times.
I love that.
It's all that
Hmm.
matters at the end of the day.
Oh,
Yep.
festive.
It's been a crazy year, everybody.
Do we have any more
Yes.
one more topic to talk about?
No, I think we ran through
Oh, okay.
the entire selection for today's episode.
Those
Just
are
want to
just
say thank you.
suggestions, y'all. We don't have to
Yeah.
go through everyone. Just reminder again.
I think that's great.
Well,
Really
yeah.
appreciate it. We talk about a lot of different things in our chat throughout the week.
It's true. I
It
love
all
that.
flies by so much, so
Yeah.
quickly. It's hard to keep track of sometimes.
It does.
Yeah,
It
But
does. It does.
I'm glad we didn't early on we didn't really talk about the Trump stuff a lot, but man, that's gonna be fucking nuts.
nonstop.
Things are about to get nuts.
So
Like
crazy.
nuts. Like enjoy your
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
Christmas
Christmas.
2023 is gonna be maybe the best you've had for a while.
Yeah.
Christmas
Do you think
2024 is gonna be separate. Like so this year, hug your MAGA uncle and give your anti-libtard a kiss on the cheek because next year you're not gonna be invited one way or the
yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Things are gonna come up and it's just not gonna work out.
My anti-libtard broke up with me in 2020, so I've been anti-libtard free for a couple of years,
Yeah.
but YOLO.
I don't have the energy, but
Anti-libtard.
sometime in 2024, things are gonna come off the just
Off the
things are
I feel
rails.
like
just
that New
yeah.
Year's Eve song is going to be like so much more like meaningful this year, right? The Old Lang Syne, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Old Lang Syne. Yeah. That's a very yeah, I don't I'll be honest with you. I have a very uh those are weird words. They when I was a kid a long time I thought they were made up, just like made up sounds. And
Uh-huh.
apparently it's some kind of like different language like Gaelic or I don't even know what the fuck.
Right.
Welsh. You know the people in like in Wales and England like speak a whole nother language. Like in England, they're like right next to England. They speak this like gobbledygook. I mean, no offense, but it's like just like fucking
I think we
bizarre. Like
have like two
like all kinds of
listeners.
letters and consonants bundled up together. It's like it's English the English alphabet, but it might as well be Russian because it's
Yeah.
like just all jumbled together.
Like I do
But
not
I mean, I
recognize any of
appreciate
these
their culture.
characters.
It's like fascinating to me, the Welsh
Hmm.
culture and the language, because I there's this thing in Wales, the southeast of England, where when they make a lot of TV shows there, right? They
Okay.
make a lot
Yeah.
of TV shows there, but they have a law where when they make television shows, they have to be in both languages. So when they shoot a scene of like a British Welsh murder mystery, they have to shoot it in English and in Welsh.
Why not just do English and then, or just do like a different audio track for the other language? That way they don't have to do it twice. It seems so dumb.
They're real very protective of their language, which I appreciate. It's
All
cool.
right.
They should keep it going. I mean,
Gobbledygook.
it's very.
United.
I mean, I said that with the most Christmassy
So
feeling
encouraging.
of
Yeah.
but I mean they'll admit it.
Festive.
I mean, I'm not they're the ones who made up the word gobbledygook in the first place. That's not
If
an
they are
American.
listening, if our two Welsh listeners are listening, they should come into the Facebook group, Endless
Yeah.
Ranters podcast,
Yeah.
Look us up on
and
Facebook and join
look
In
us.
us,
English.
yeah, and let us know like how you feel about Christopher's hard stance
Look it
on
up. Look it
the
up right now.
gobbledygook. Yeah,
Like you go across the border in England and it's like all the signs are just
gobbledygook.
crazy letters all bundled up together. It's wild. But 2024, man, enjoy it.
Yes.
Enjoy your family this year because it's going to be. I mean, literally, can you tell me right now that in December 2024, people are not going to be rip shit pissed one way or
I
another?
think I think so many things are going to be like I think people's eyes are opening more and more, and I think that so many people are going to be like, "What in the actual fuck?" I think we've been lied to about a lot of things. That's my prediction for next year is that we've been lied to about a lot of stuff, and I think people are going to start figuring it out, and they're going to like minds are going to be blown. They're
We
just
should,
going to be
you
blown.
know, on the like when the Super Bowl, they make a ton of hats and T-shirts with
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
each team as a
Yes,
champion. We
sure.
should we should we should heavily invest in both Donald Trump with a crown on his head dolls and Donald Trump like being burned in effigy crowns, like dolls. Like, I'm not sure which one's going to be.
Go both ways. Go both
One of
ways.
them is
Yeah.
going to be like flying off the shelves in
We should
Walmart.
have like an accessory noose or like one of
Yeah.
those like they cut off
One
the
of
head
them is going
The
to be,
beheading.
yeah,
guillotine.
there's going to be like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guillotine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guillotine.
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 Does anybody ever
Yeah.
say, does anybody ever say
I saw it in that
guillotine?
movie. I saw it in the movie. It looks
Guillotine.
painless.
Can you
Looks
say
painless.
both? Can you say
Yeah,
it
you can
both?
say
Over.
both. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, they're
Unless your
making
brain
those
still has
dolls be
thoughts.
in Target at the end, like a checkout aisle. One of these,
Yeah,
one way or the other.
sure.
Now
And
Walmart
then
will
the
sell
rest of them
like
we
the
send to
crown doll.
Or
Nicaragua.
gi.
Sure.
Walmart will sell the Donald Trump doll with a crown, and Target will sell the Donald Trump in a guillotine.
Guillotine. Yeah,
Still,
it's
still
guillotine.
very confused. I'm gonna think about that.
It's all right. You'll have a week to think about that. We're gonna take
Yeah,
next week
we'll see
off.
you in 2024 probably
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh my goodness.
because we'll probably skip next week
Yeah.
just
What does
because
next week look
just
like?
because it's just like commit to being lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna get a fire going. We're gonna get a
Yeah. I mean, it is only the 29th. It's not exactly the New Year's, but
no.
sure.
We got to give
Well,
people a break, man. They don't want to spend time with us. It's just like, look, I got other priorities to take care of.
sure.
I'll save their ramblings for another weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be off all week, so
And yeah, Chris is going to be off, so I'm sure he's going to be busy, preoccupied with his other endeavors. So I'm not trying to overwhelm him, I should say.
All right. Well, I'll miss you guys. Maybe I'll do a happy hour.
We can still do a
yeah,
happy
yeah,
hour.
for sure. Do that anytime.
So that's more incentive for people that watch or listen, join the Endless Randers Facebook group and come hang out during the happy hour before we do the show. It's a good time.
Yes,
We
that's
talk
fun.
IRA, we talk food, we talk all sorts of
Um,
craziness.
we got some really good advice today. So,
That we did. Shout out to Monkey's uncle.
All right, everybody.
Get it
Merry
on, do what you want.
Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Whatever you celebrate this time of year, just go at it.
Festivus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it hard. Do
There
it
you
with
go.
love. Give lots of hugs.
Do it with freedom. Appreciate your freedom.
Please
While you still
appreciate your
can.
freedom.
That's what it's all about. Without your freedom, there's none of this is possible.
You have nothing.
There's no celebration. There's no Christmas. There's no what else?
No Festivus, no
There's
Kwanzaa, no
no
Hanukkah,
Festivus, no Hanukkah.
no Ramadan. Wait, that's a different time of the year. Never mind.
None of that. None of that. Without freedom, there's none of that. They'll be telling you what you can celebrate.
And when and how. So don't let that happen, everybody.
Amen.
That's right. Do what you want. Get it on.
Get it on,
Get it on,
everybody.
motherfuckers.
Peace.